In an imaginative scenario widely discussed among fans, the atmosphere of Soundcheck Day 1 of the Arirang tour in Busan turned into a highly emotional moment when BTS's Jimin was said to have delivered an unexpected surprise to the audience. From the very beginning of the event, fans' cheers echoed throughout the venue, creating a warm and enthusiastic atmosphere. Jimin performed with extraordinary energy throughout the soundcheck session. His bright smile and friendly interactions with fans made the atmosphere feel much more intimate than a typical concert. Many audience members were seen continuously capturing every moment that unfolded on stage. As the music entered a more energetic section, Jimin was described as running from one side of the stage to the other while waving to fans. Excited screams immediately filled the arena as he displayed the cheerful and energetic expressions that have long been his trademark. The biggest surprise came when Jimin ran toward the front of the stage. In this scenario, he then made a dramatic leap toward an area very close to the audience. The moment happened so quickly that many people needed several seconds to process what had just occurred. Fans in the front rows immediately covered their mouths in shock. Some were seen crying, while others tried to calm themselves after witnessing what they considered a bold gesture filled with love for the fans. The emotional atmosphere grew even stronger as Jimin continued smiling and making warm gestures toward the armies nearby. Many audience members were seen shedding tears, feeling that they had just experienced something they would never forget for the rest of their lives. Some fans were reportedly left speechless after the moment. They could only cry while holding their light sticks and watching Jimin continue his performance with the same incredible energy. The reaction throughout the venue became a sea of emotions. Cheers, tears, and applause blended together, creating an incredibly touching scene. Many people said they felt a closer connection to their idol after witnessing the moment. Many audience members ended up embracing one another. They felt they had become part of a special moment that demonstrated just how much Jimin cared about his fans. The atmosphere transformed the soundcheck into a celebration filled with affection and gratitude. On social media, posts about the incident quickly spread. Many fans wrote that they cried while watching videos of the moment and felt deeply touched by the sincerity Jimin displayed. Comments such as, "I will never forget this day," and "This is the most emotional moment I have ever witnessed," dominated fan platforms. Photos and videos circulating online further strengthened the lasting impact of the event. For many armies, the moment was not simply about a spectacular stage performance. More than that, they viewed it as a symbol of the close bond between Jimin and the fans who have supported him throughout his career for many years. As Soundcheck Day 1 came to an end, the emotional atmosphere remained throughout the venue. Many audience members stayed in their seats, reflecting on what they had just witnessed only moments earlier. Even after the event ended, discussions about Jimin's actions continued well into the night. Fans shared their experiences and talked about how deeply the moment had moved them emotionally. The story of Jimin running and leaping toward the fans eventually became one of the most talked about moments in the imagined Arirang tour in Busan. For those who were present, it was described as a memory that would remain forever in their hearts. A brief encounter capable of bringing both tears of joy and overwhelming happiness. Audience members who had been carefully watching Jimin's movements from the beginning began to sense that something was different as he ran faster across the stage. With a wide smile and seemingly endless energy, Jimin continued moving from one side to the other while greeting fans. However, as his pace increased toward the front of the stage, many people began wondering what he was planning. No one was truly prepared for what would happen next. The atmosphere in the soundcheck area suddenly became a mixture of excitement and curiosity. Some audience members even stood up to get a better view. The cheers grew louder as Jimin continued running without showing any signs of slowing down. His cheerful expression led many to believe he was simply enjoying the atmosphere and energizing the crowd before the main concert. Every second felt as though it passed in an instant. As the distance between Jimin and the edge of the stage grew smaller, the fans' cheers began turning into shocked screams. Some people covered their mouths with both hands, while others raised their phones higher to record what was happening. Many later admitted that their hearts raced because they sensed that something extraordinary was about to happen. When the moment finally arrived, the venue seemed to freeze for a few seconds. Many audience members did not react immediately because they were too stunned by what they had seen. Once they realized what had happened, tears, joyful screams, and cheers erupted throughout the venue simultaneously. A moment that lasted only a few seconds instantly became one of the most unforgettable memories for those in attendance. Several armies in the front rows were seen wiping away tears while trying to capture the moment on their phones. Some hugged one another because they could not believe they had witnessed it in person. For them, it was not merely Jimin's spontaneous action that touched their hearts, but also the sincerity and courage he displayed as he attempted to get closer to the fans who had supported him all these years. As the atmosphere gradually settled, Jimin continued smiling and waving toward the audience. His warm smile seemed to answer all the emotions filling the venue at that moment. Fans responded with cheers of love, creating a touching scene that would later be remembered as one of the most emotional moments of the tour. Amid the thunderous cheers throughout the venue, the stories of fans in the front rows became one of the most touching parts of the event. Many could not hold back their emotions when they saw Jimin so close to them. Some fans cried hysterically while repeatedly calling out his name, with tears flowing uncontrollably. A moment they had only dreamed about for years was suddenly unfolding right before their eyes. One fan was reportedly trembling while trying to record the moment on her phone. Videos that later circulated online showed how her hands could not stop shaking because she was overwhelmed with emotion. In those recordings, the sounds of crying and emotional exclamations could be heard even more clearly than the music playing in the background. Many others instinctively covered their faces because they could not believe what was happening. Some lowered their heads while crying, trying to process the mixture of happiness, shock, and emotion they were experiencing. For them, seeing Jimin from such a close distance was something they had only imagined for years. The emotional atmosphere intensified as armies began hugging one another. People who had never met before shared tissues, offered comforting embraces, and supported each other through emotions that were difficult to describe. The moment created a unique bond among the fans who attended that day. Several fans interviewed afterward admitted they were still crying minutes after the soundcheck had ended. They said everything happened so quickly that it felt unreal. Some repeatedly watched the videos on their phones just to convince themselves that the moment had truly happened and was not merely a dream. Many armies also revealed that what touched them most was not simply how close Jimin had been, but the warmth he expressed toward his fans. His smiles, waves, and attentive gaze made them feel appreciated and loved as an important part of his journey. As audience members began leaving the venue, stories about the moment continued spreading. Tears of joy, trembling hands, and faces filled with happiness became clear evidence of the emotional impact the experience had left behind. For many armies who attended Soundcheck Day 1 in Busan, it became far more than a concert memory. It became a precious experience they would remember for a lifetime. Among the thousands of attendees filling the Soundcheck area, countless emotional stories emerged afterward. Some fans were seen crying hysterically while continuously calling out Jimin's name. Tears streamed down their faces, leaving them unable to fully express what they were feeling. For many armies, seeing someone they had admired for years from such a close distance felt like a dream finally coming true. One fan near the front of the venue reportedly sat down immediately after the moment ended. Covering her face with both hands, she cried uncontrollably. Her friends tried to comfort her, but the overwhelming emotion made it difficult for her to regain composure. Many people nearby experienced similar feelings and embraced one another for support. Others were visibly trembling while attempting to film a moment. In various videos shared online, the footage appeared shaky because the owners of the phones could not keep their hands steady. Ironically, this became proof of just how extraordinary the surprise was for those who witnessed it. Some fans admitted they could not even look directly at Jimin for several seconds because they were too overwhelmed. They covered their faces, or looked away momentarily before turning back toward the stage. Once they realized that Jimin was truly standing so close, their tears flowed even more intensely, and the emotional atmosphere around them became even stronger. The moment also highlighted the way armies support one another. Whenever someone broke down in tears, another fan would immediately offer tissues or hold their hand to provide comfort. The scene reflected the strong bond that exists within the BTS fan community. Hours after the event ended, emotional stories from audience members continued flooding social media. Many wrote that they still could not believe what had happened. Some admitted they cried again while re-watching their recordings because only then did they fully realize how special the experience had been. For the fans who attended in Busan, the event became far more than just a soundcheck session. It transformed into an emotional memory that they would carry with them forever. The tears, trembling hands, and expressions of disbelief on the faces of audience members became a vivid reflection of the immense love and admiration they felt for Jimin, and of how meaningful every interaction with him truly was.